Hey everybody, Sam here and welcome back to our channel. For those new to our channel or just jumping in, you're seeing our brand new to us 96 Terry by Fleetwood travel trailer that we purchased to haul out on our forever homestead property where we are building our home. In today's video, I need to repair that door. The glass has fallen down, we've got some issues there, and we have rot in the bottom. Let's go. So here at our camper, one of the things that really needs fixed is our front door. We noticed when we got home that the glass inside the door had slid down about ½ an inch. We don't remember seeing that when we looked at the camper, so I don't know if it happened during travel or if we just overlooked it. Either way, it's not a big deal, not for us. What I'm going to do is take this door off its hinges, take it into the workshop, disassemble it, and repair whatever's not working right with the glass and anything else need be, and then bring it back. Probably sounds really complicated, but honestly, if you just take something step by step, you can make something complex easy. So let's take it one step at a time. This door is very similar to a mobile home door, or I guess mobile home doors are very similar to camper doors in that they are simple aluminum hinges on the side of the door. In this case, there are 3 of them with about 3 screws in it a piece. So 9 screws out and this door will be removed. So not too bad really. That's really tall. Hey, party's up top, guys. Let's check it out up there. Hey, the party's down here, guys. Why are you looking in the wrong direction? Jeez. Alright, we'll zoom in here for the last screw removal. I left the one here in the middle of the hinge, plus the door latch, the metal thing that locks it open and closed. Okay, no, it only locks it open. That is still holding the door in place, so that's why it's not moving. But let me go ahead and carefully take out this last screw and set the door down very carefully. Okay, the door is off the camper, so let's go down over there to the workshop and start repairing this thing. Here we go. One RV camper door. So, right here is where the problem is. This glass has slid down and it's about ½ inch to 3/4 inch gap here, straight from the inside to the outside. There's some simple screws holding this in place, so that'll be easy to fix. One other thing I discovered as I was also taking this out is the bottom wood piece of the door is gone, which answers the question we had when we saw this behind the chair in the living room of, wonder what that came off of. So we're going to be sticking this back on. I probably need to cut some wood to go in the bottom there, repair it where it probably got a little bit of water damage and fell apart over time. That's okay. At least we have this piece because this is the bottom of the door. And yeah, otherwise I think that's all we're in for, but you never know in a project. Let's go ahead and get started with this window first. Haha, look, hidden wasp nest with a spider back there too. Creep me out. Oh yeah. So it looks like this may have been like that for a little while, just judging by the fact that we have a wasp nest, some dead bugs, and a few other things in here, when otherwise it should have been a closed up system, but that's okay. It will be fixed today. And then if I lift the door up, this other piece will just simply come out too, so that's nice. Stink bugs everywhere. There's 1, 2, makes 3 stink bugs. 3 less. There's also a little bit of the weather stripping around these plastic pieces, so I'm going to work on getting those off as well. I have cleaned all of the old weather stripping off of the outside trim ring of the window, and I found two things. First, there is a crack right here at this top corner. Just happens with age. It's about 25-year-old camper, almost 26 years old actually, or yeah, almost, whatever. 25-year-old camper, and the plastic gets brittle on these things, so that's normal. This was one thing, and then the other, this small little piece broke off as I was trying to pry the weather stripping off. These are easy to fix with some super glue, or honestly CA glue, and spray activator. If you guys have never used CA glue with the spray activator, it is really cool. I almost said game changer, but I hate that term. So it's really cool because it is kind of like giving yourself the ability to weld plastics and instantly cure things and build up layers of glue that when you spray it, it kind of plasticizes, and it's really cool. So let me bring you guys in close. I'll let you see me apply a bead of CA glue and then spray it, and you'll kind of, hopefully you'll be able to see, it like literally plasticizes. You'll be able to see that when it sprays, it kind of glosses over, and within about 30 seconds, it is as hard as plastic. It's fully cured. So very cool product to always have on hand, you know, for projects like this, where you're fixing plastic doors on campers, or your kids' toys when they break a lot somehow, and also woodworking and all sorts of other projects. So what I'm going to do is lay down a bead of this glue right over top of it, and then I'll wiggle it to get it in between the two pieces. Just like that. A little bit of wiggle. And now I'm going to hold it exactly where I want it. Remember, this stuff cures instantly. I'm almost out of spray. And as that spray evaporates, it cures the super glue, CA glue, whatever glue. Go ahead and let go there. And that already has gotten rid of most of it. I'm going to build up a couple layers here where I'm able to get sloppy with it. I want to make sure I don't mess up the actual mounting surfaces here and here. This is where the glass attaches. This is where it attaches to the door frame of the camper. I'm going to be putting sealant on these, so there is a little bit of forgiveness, but I just want to be mindful that I don't make myself a leak point by adding too much glue. But otherwise, I'm going to continue to work to weld and build this joint up. Okay, I have all of the plastic trim pieces glued up and repaired completely, front and back, or inside and outside. I also took a paint Sharpie marker and I labeled the pieces, which ones are the top and inside and outside, because as I clean these up, I'm going to forget. And I don't know if they mount specifically or if the screw holes line up a certain way, so this was just a little thing to save my sanity. If aesthetics and looks are very important to you, you're not going to want to go this route to fix something like this. But for us, we realized the camper is 25 years old. We realized that fixing it is so much cheaper and quicker than buying new parts and all that stuff. So we are okay with being able to see our repairs. If you take a look here, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about, how the super glue or CA glue, it does leave behind kind of a visible repair, a little bit of a outline. You know, you can see something has been done or is going on there. You could paint this and it'd be less obvious, but you're probably always going to be able to see the repair in place. I just wanted to tell you guys that in case you're, I don't know, much more pickier than us, or you have an extremely beautiful, nice camper that you just want to fix one piece on and maintain that extremely nice, beautiful camper. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is move to the bottom of the door. I want to go ahead and find some wood somewhere here in the workshop, cut it down, rip it down to width and everything to fit in the bottom of the door, glue it into place, and rebuild the support structure at the bottom that has rotten and been lost over time. Here's a piece of wood I found in the workshop that's going to work great. It is longer than I need, and it is thicker, so this will be great. What I'm going to do is a little bit of relative dimensioning here. I'm going to hold this in place, give myself a mark. Down here, do the same thing, give myself a mark. And I'm not going to rip this board to this thickness. This is how thick this needs to be. I mean, if any of that makes sense. Who knows? Sand doesn't make sense a lot of times. I have been working and I have my piece cut to what I believe is the correct dimensions. So let me bring you guys in close to the bottom of the door here, and we'll go ahead and tap this thing into place. Awesome. So it is really cool that we have the original bottom trim piece for this door. The previous owners probably said, ah, man, darn, we got to fix this. We'll put it here and we'll get to it. Well, life happens. I know how it goes. So what I'm going to do is scrape off all the old caulking and glue stuff here and get the old screws out from the bottom and prepare this to be glued and screwed into this new piece of wood that I put at the bottom of the door. Having the time, spending the time to get all this stuff cleaned off will also give the glue time to set up and cure, so things shouldn't be wibbly wobbly around as bad, but it's alright. Sure. I'm going to be applying a bead or two of Lexel sealant to the inside portion of this track and then putting it into place. The reason I'm doing that is this is the bottom of the door as you're looking from outside, and the door sits inside this track. That means there is the likelihood or possibility of water getting in this area, so if I add some sealant there, it'll help keep the water out of the area. In the event water does get there, it does have these drain holes, but I would rather just not ever allow water in the house rather than hoping it finds its way out of the house. So we'll put some beads of Lexel on this and then we will tap it into place on the bottom of this door. There we go. The bottom of the door is repaired back to its former original glory and looks great, and it's sealed up from the weather and is done. So sweet. Done. Next up is to go ahead and start reassembling and gluing together. Okay, well, gluing with Lexel sealant. Putting the window together in place, sealing it up, and then we can take this door back up to the camper and put it back on there. This inside piece does not have any weather stripping because it's inside the camper. So I can just place this into place. Place. Make sure my labels run up, top to bottom. And then we can go ahead and screw this back together. I'm going to use this board to lift up and make sure I'm putting pressure on this door frame as I walk the rest of these screws in very carefully. I'm applying a very small bead around the perimeter, leaving the bottom of the door open. That way if water ever gets in here, it has a way of getting out. This is just extra insurance against any issues ever on this part of the camper again. It doesn't look very pretty, you know, you can see it, but I'd rather have a camper that shows someone's done some work to it than one that leaks, but looks okay on the outside. Last thing to do is to put some water on my finger and go around and smooth out these beads so that they're a lot prettier. Oh gosh. You just gotta get one started. You go here. The middle and there is what I would go for. So I'll hold it up into place and just get it started. Just don't crank it down super tight. Up, down, left, right, up. Up. Careful. Okay, that's good. Alright, start middle and down here.
Okay.
Middle one up there.
I don't have any more.
Oh, you want some more? Cool. Here you go. Thank you.
You're welcome. Get back to my bedroom work.
I just washed the whole camper and was able to do a water leak test, which was 100% successful, which is awesome. That means that door is fixed. It is sealed up good and weather tight and fixed right. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or comments on this video, leave them for us down below. Otherwise, take care. We'll see you guys next time on the homestead.